It's been 3 years that I moved from Bangalore to Germany for my master's. I packed my dreams and ambitions that didn't have a shape yet. I moved to a small town by the Baltic Sea, Wismar, a medieval city in the north of Germany. I didn't know anyone, I didn't speak the language well, but I showed up. Some days were exciting, most days were quiet. I walked a lot, filmed a lot of things I didn't understand yet. I kept thinking this will make sense later, and maybe this is later. I've named this little space in transit mode because that's what life has felt like. Like I'm always between places, cultures, languages, and different versions of myself. I remember how quiet Wismar was. The streets felt empty, the sky always a little grey. I didn't know where to go, so I just wandered. At this point, I knew I was away from my home, away from the traffic of Bangalore, away from a lot of people I spent my everyday with. In a way, silence was peaceful, and maybe that's what I needed. Time moved slowly, but it moved. I saw the leaves changing color, snow arrive, skies clearing up. Every season had its own vibe, and every mood stayed for a while. In the spring, I was eager to explore. In the winter, I was always on the lookout for something warm and cozy. As the semesters went by, I learned a lot, worked on some interesting projects, and went on some travel adventures. Some days I felt like I was building something, other days I felt totally adrift. Deadlines piled up while I was working on my first part time job, but somehow I made it through. Somewhere along the way, I met people from all around the world. Not many, but enough to make the days feel lighter. We shared dinners, quiet walks, late night talks that blurred into morning. They didn't always last, but they left something behind. There were celebrations, festivals, morning walks, parties, and a lot of things. And some of the best moments were the smallest ones, the ones I didn't even film properly. I also traveled a bit, short escapes that became big memories. Alps in the southern Germany and Austria felt like a fairy tale. Spain was chaotic and bright. Italy was warm and timeless. And the summer schools in Estonia and Latvia, they were intense, inspiring and full of ideas and unfamiliar faces. Each trip reminded me that I was still growing, still open, still in motion. Living away from home and family changes you in quite a lot of ways. You become your own company, your own caretaker, your own place of comfort. You start noticing small things, the way light falls in your room, the smell of your own cooking, how silence grows softer over time. Some days you feel independent, some days you just feel alone, but somewhere between the two, you begin to understand yourself better. Now that I've finished my master's, graduated from the university, and stepped into the professional life, I feel like I have grown. I feel a sense of responsibility, I feel more grounded. But I'm also still curious, still enthusiastic about what will come next. Now I live in Lubeck, a different city, a different rhythm, but the same me, still filming, still figuring things out. Life here is not as slow as Wismar, but that's not a bad thing. I bike to work, take walks along the river Trave, sit by the water and read books. I'm still hoping for new things, but I've also started to appreciate the calm in between. This was just the start, not a grand story, just fragments of one. But from here, I want to take you and myself along, through cities and towns, quiet streets, and busy corners. I would like to tell stories about places, how they shape us, and how we move through them. Sometimes by bike, sometimes through architecture, sometimes just through moments that would otherwise go unnoticed. If you've made it until here, thank you for watching. And if you've ever felt in transit, maybe this space is for you too. This channel is where I'll be documenting this journey as an architect, a traveler, and someone still learning. If that sounds like something you'd want to follow, hit subscribe. I'd love to have you here.